this, right? Today he was just trying to build as many plays from those sides, so he's going for those long shots.
हेलो
So
हेलो हेलो
how
हेलो
did you
हेलो.
figure out his strat and what was
हाय.
your counter? Because
अरे
you
मैं
were
तो कब से बैठा
dominating
हुआ था, मुझे लगा लाइव
this
स्ट्रीम
game.
स्टार्ट हो गया. थोड़ा
Yeah,
सा
I
फक हो
mean,
गया.
I also noticed this in the first 20-30 minutes that he was using a lot of, lob through balls from the wings. So, like, I figured it out in the 20-30 minutes first of the game. And Vansh also told me that he is using this again and again. So, you just need to track those runs. And, that helped me a lot because I stopped many of his attacks from the wings.
All right. Well, we'll let you get back to your teammate now. Of course, we're looking forward to V Sharma going up against Shantan. So, all the best. Great performance, and
हाय गाइस, हाय हाय
it's
हाय.
like one step
सो
closer
गाइस हम लोग एक और
to progressing
वॉच
to
पार्टी के
final,
साथ
right?
आ गए हैं. आई होप
Yeah,
ये
thank you
आखिरी
guys.
होगा, बिकॉज अब शायद हम लोग, ये शायद लास्ट के मैचेस हैं शायद, आई
There
गेस.
we go. It's V Sharma now
लेकिन
with the
अभी
hair
मैं व्लॉग अपलोड कर रहा
starting to
हूँ,
grow out,
तो आई गेस
and
व्लॉग
Shantan
डालने
now
के बाद मैं आज स्ट्रीम
in a
नहीं
little
करूँगा,
bit. You can see
क्योंकि
the
एक
mood
तो
is
इसका
different
नोटिफिकेशन
today.
हो gaya, यूट्यूब की तरफ से एक
It's a
व्लॉग का
little more
नोटिफिकेशन
chill.
होगा, इससे
V
ज़्यादा
Sharma knows
यूट्यूब
there's
से हो
little
नहीं
bit of
पाएगा
margin for error for
नोटिफिकेशन
him
भेजने का काम
in
स्ट्रीम
case
ग्रीम
it
का.
doesn't work out because
तो आज
FC
फ़ायदा
Goa
नहीं है
have
करने
been
का.
that clutch team when it
तो
comes to co-op, and not much to choose between these two players in terms of their skill level. Just a difference of 80 points over there. But Shantan, he's been the guy who's pulled SC East Bengal out of the dumps whenever the chips have been down, and it's time for
भाई
him
मैं
to step up.
जब से कर
Oh
रहा
yeah,
हूँ
I
मुझे
think
ऐसा लग रहा है तभी
he's the only
बंगाल
one
हार
right
रही है.
now, who is capable of doing it. But we have seen those days where he is kind of messed up under pressure. I think takes me back to that one matchup against ATK Mohan Bagan when it was the Eastern Derby, and that is where we could see those slight hiccups, right? And ideally, he's been in this sort of situations before. Uh,
हक दिया.
where Ankit Gupta kind of messes up the first
डिलीट.
game and he comes up and does the cleaning job, makes sure that gets his team right back in. Especially yesterday, the matchup against Lok Manu and Beno Seven, just going up against that was also out of the worlds. Just goal galores coming out here and there. We could see those defensive vulnerabilities, but regardless, they have got that one day just to get over it and fix everything that was wrong in their playing style. So today, heading into this matchup, yes, Beno 7 is built up on that confidence, but against a player like V Sharma, well, in that last encounter, it was a 3-2 victory for Beno 7, right? That is where we
ये क्या कर
started
रहे
really
हो? वॉच पार्टी
unlocking
कर रहा
his potential,
हूँ.
because going up against a player like V Sharma, who's so experienced, who's been in the scene, and getting a win against him, it is never easy, but he's still done that. So of course he would be wanting to, put his best foot forward, get that win for East Bengal, and take his team propelling down to the, propelling up towards that co-op game. Because if FC Goa win this matchup, then it's done.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is sort of reminiscent in many ways to the actual Hero ISL, the first semi-final that we saw, the first leg, Kerala Blasters FC winning their match 1-0, of course, going up against the top team, the fourth place team, going up against the top team in Jamshedpur FC over there. And we're sort of seeing that over here. The second leg of that match, of course, is, of course, going to be played tomorrow, and you can watch that on Star Sports, Disney Hotstar, Geo TV, all of those places. So check that out and mark your calendars. But for today, it's all about the eISL, and now the pressure firmly on Shantan, I'm Beno 7 and SC East Bengal to try and get that result. And here we go. The match is ready. And V Sharma will be looking to get the result and close this out for FC Goa.
Oh yes, there we have it. SC Bengal and Shantan starting from left to right in their signature home jersey. We do have FC Goa, however, in that white from right to left. They might be the away team over here, but they are the team that do
ये
have
देखो, ये
home
है
field
ग्रीन
in
रेंजर्स.
favor, right? But it was of now it's going to be V Sharma, who had been a little bit under the weather, but has made a really promising start over here with Pele making that run. Has to find someone. We know V
भाई प्लीज
Sharma is
गोल
known
मार
for
दो
his
भाई.
really amazing passes and his shooting accuracy. Can he do that over here? Can he make some magic happen today and make sure the Gors go ahead to the upper bracket finals?
Yeah, and V Sharma sticking with his regular form. Now, where's the goal? Bang!
मार
V
दिया
Sharma straight away gets that goal, and the
गोवा
pressure
ने
is
भाई।
on Shayantan, and it looks like Eusebio doesn't quite know where to go to celebrate his goal.
मामा
But
कैसे हो? मैं
doesn't
बढ़िया
matter.
बिल्कुल।
It's an early goal over there. The gap's there for him to exploit, and that narrow formation for V Sharma, it really suits the play style if he can get that early lead, because then he is so difficult to break down. And great start for him. And you know what? He's a player who has a point to prove against SC East Bengal. First time he played, got
Oh
smashed
yeah.
6-0. Second time, lost 3-2. Is it going to be third time lucky for V Sharma?
बीजेएमआई आज
Clearly, he's
स्ट्रीम
done
नहीं
his
होगा।
homework, right?
अभी मैं
Making all those
व्लॉग
right
डालने
moves,
जा
and
रहा
this
हूँ।
is where experience really comes handy. You know what to do exactly in those pressure situations. But Beno 7 wants to respond back instantly, giving V Sharma no time to breathe. That's a really good pass, but Marquinhos making such an important save for V Sharma over here. And now V Sharma again. I think one thing that FC Goa have done really well, that now even V Sharma is carrying on the helm, is the fact that they've maintained a good decent possession, right? They have been doing that a lot. They've been making sure they head in for those short little passes. They keep the ball as much as they can, try to frustrate their opponents, and somehow Azim, it's working out.
Yeah, it's working very well. V Sharma being very patient, sort of trying to bait Shayantan into coming in and making that tackle. And here with Pele, V Sharma not the kind of player who takes long shots. Usually it opens. We've seen those fly in off the right foot of Pele. Going for the chop
ये
back
क्या
over
था?
there. I wondered if he was
स्नीक
going
पीक।
to go for it with De Bruyne. Kante is not the player you really want to take shots with, but you can see being very calm, very patient over here, waiting for that opportunity, not really rushing it. Just sort of there you go, enticing Shayantan in there to make those tackles. And this is where V Sharma loves to play in these tight, narrow areas. But this time Shayantan wins that ball back. And because he has to get so many players back on defense, it's a little
ओ
difficult for counter attacking to happen. But a
भाई
straight through ball in behind,
गलत थ्रू
and the
बॉल
match is
भाई।
level. A bit of a sucker
रात को
punch,
लोको, हाँ
having
वो
been
लोको कर
under the
सकता हूँ मैं।
cosh for
बधीर
18
को बोला है
19
मैंने कि
minutes.
वो स्ट्रीम कर
Just a
ले, मैं
simple
उसके साथ
lob
खेल
through
लूंगा
ball,
लोको पे।
and it
हो
seems like
सकता
that
है ये
is
हो
the
जाए।
strategy for
कब
SC
डाल
East
रहे
Bengal.
व्लॉग?
Just when
8
lob
बजे
through
का
ball is
सोचा है मैंने,
given.
8 साढ़े
Oh
साढ़े
yeah,
8।
I think V Sharma at this point has really figured it out, right? What Ankit Gupta could not do against Afnan, Shantan has done the same against V Sharma and has made it work. And now we are back to both each a piece, and now we're gonna see who manages to score the next one. And I think this is one of those games that we're gonna see quite a few goals happening, maybe three. But for now, V Sharma understanding what Beno 7 is up to, and must be, not really pleased with the way he conceded that goal. He could have clearly done better.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's a little difficult to deal with that, just given the pace of the players. And over there, with the short fake, and well, couldn't quite outmuscle Ruben Diaz over there.
आज
But
पोजीशन
I
रख
do
रहे हैं,
feel
अच्छा
that
लगा।
one of the things
कल
that
के
Visharma really
मुकाबले आज
needs to do,
अच्छा
and
लगा ये
could
देख
have
के कि
taken
पोजीशन
advantage of
रख रहे हैं।
several times, is that Shayantan kept backing off him and allowing him
बढ़िया।
room. And I really think, given how the meta in this game works, you need to make those long range shots your friend. You need to
कश्मीर
take
फाइल्स
those
देखा
shots
ना?
on, because
हाँ
they
ब्रो, क्या
do
हाल
give
है?
you such a high
R11
percentage
सब बढ़िया।
chance of
कैसे
making
हो
money
मेरे
with this team of
जान?
player cards. When you have the likes of De Bruyne in there, when you have the likes of CR7 and Messi available to you, even Pele and R9 for that matter, can get those shots in, and not taking those opportunities. And now it looks like Shayantan is the player on top. He gets in with R9. Crucial for V Sharma to defend these properly. You can see he's just blocking off that pass to the
अरे
inside. You
यार,
can see from the player selections that
फिक्सेस
that's the
कास्टर है
player
क्या?
he
हाँ।
had control of. And now looking to get forward, that very
रात में कौन सा
narrow
स्ट्रीम होगा?
formation,
बीजीएमआई होगा लोको
and
पे,
get
मतलब जो
forward
होगा लोको पे
Cancelo.
होगा,
Big
इधर
opportunity,
बीजीएमआई
very
वैलोरेंट और
difficult to
समथिंग
cross.
एल्स।
Not quite V Sharma's style to cross the ball either, so it can be a bit limiting the way that he approaches the game. But of course, if you can do that kind of stuff, why do you need to cross? Bang! It goes in. V Sharma has the lead again. Brilliant stuff from the FC Goa boy.
Oh yes, and this is it, right? This is what we have been talking for. This is what we have signed in, and clearly finding that right opportunity, taking this sort of a leap of faith, something similar, which Adi Zima had done a couple of days ago, and managing to find a success from that narrow angle. And the FC Goa getting that second goal up. This is all that they needed. But from what we have seen from Messi, East Bengal, and Shayantan, he's not one
मार
of
दे
those guys
रहे।
to shy down, right? He's one of those guys who instantly attacks back. So it's going to be interesting. what will happen right now is V Sharma. All he needs to do right now is just keep on playing the way he has been. Right, he's been maintaining possession. He's been ticking all those boxes out. Uh, just a little bit
थोड़ा
of that
फिक्सेस
half
का
punch
आवाज
over
कट
there,
रहा है.
which I think he's gotten over. But I think he's been looking fairly sound in terms of his defense as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking pretty good for the moment, and seems to be working okay for him. And it's now about Shantan. Does he show the bravery to go for it right now? Will V Sharma allow him those long balls again? I think he would be better served with. Actually, it's a difficult call to make for V Sharma because playing that high line is what gets him that domination in midfield, which is what he thrives off. And back, then of course it allows him a lot of space
ओ भाई.
just to get counter attacked on. So now this is a big opportunity for V Sharma here. Can he make this count at
बढ़िया
the stroke of
भाई.
half time? The ball not quite good enough. Needed to be a lofted ball over there because of course the defender would have cut that out. So it is at the moment just approaching half time. 2 minutes of in-game time left to it. It's advantage FC Goa, advantage V
ऊपर
Sharma.
दे.
Clearly no nil-nil fest like the last time we saw. It does look like increasingly likely that this game will be settled in the regulation intervals, but of course anything can happen.
इश. ओह.
In any case, we do see
ओह.
now Pele getting into the box
नहीं.
with a 9 over
नहीं.
there and just about surviving is V Sharma. And there we go. It's half time. So you'd have to say a fairly good half for FC Goa and V Sharma over there, getting the job done, and he'll be pretty pleased with that. He's managed to get that lead. I mean, that's really all you can do at this point, just getting and hanging on to that lead. And well, he's managed to do the job and get that goal that he really needed.
Oh yeah, and the way things have been going on, I think SE's Bengal, they've got their backs against the wall, but this is a true test of their potential. What they can do around here. But yeah, Azim, so far so good. Goa really solid for all the viewers out there. If FC Goa win this matchup, right, in this matchup over here, all done and dusted. They are just going to be play co-op game just for fun. And for SC Bengal, well, Azim, they would have to be thwarted down to the lower bracket. Now, this is something that Bengal have really not been to be haven't really had a lot of pressure in all their 20 games that they had played in the past. But today, this is the magic about these playoffs, right? Anything can go wrong does happen, but Sharma, a little bit of a chance that was being created has been well dealt with by SC. We are into the second half. See what they can do.
Yeah, and again you could see over there that it was Shantan looking for that long ball in behind, but the moment that ball reached Hullet, you could see V Sharma using that manual switching, immediately taking control of his defenders to get them tracking back. So clearly now he's got an idea of how to handle it, and now it's got to be the double bluff from Shantan. When he's got control of those rear defenders, that's when he needs to do something with the midfielders on the ball and needs to try and survive this attack over here. It is it's getting increasingly more and more nervy right now for Shayantan, particularly in defense, because he knows one more goal conceded and that could be lights out. And now P. Sharma doing his best to just send those attackers away from goal, force him to attack through the middle where all the bodies and reinforcements are. And we may well see us having to switch to that 4-2-3-1 system to counter the attack if Shayantan decides to get the fullbacks involved.
Oh yeah, I think this is going to be really interesting affair. What they're gonna do out from over here, and of course Ante V Sharma has been looking really good today. The way he's been playing, and with Pele, he's trying to get in from that right, passes it on back towards Kante again. Typical stuff that we've witnessed all along with Kevin De Bruyne. We have seen those long range shots being taken and going through, but there's not enough space, not enough room for him to try and go for a shot like that. V Sharma is one very technically gifted players. He has got mechanics right. He knows how to control those ball and get that little bit of a flick, get that little bit of a fake shot being taken, and he's managed to score goals out of that. So we've got to see if he can pull off something like that, because at this point, one more goal, if FC Goa score at this point, it is done and dusted for SC.
Yeah, absolutely. Still time though. Still about 25 minutes on the clock for Shantan to do something about it. And this time he's got in. It is onside. It's about 1v1 over there. And this time the battle is won by Shantan. The offside trap not working for V Sharma, and we are dead level again. 25 minutes to play. The momentum with SC East Bengal. I mean, this could really go either way right now. It looked like V Sharma was on top, but now suddenly it swings back in the favor of Shantan, who again knocks at the door and makes it count, beating him one-on-one over there. And that instinctive finishing that we've seen from Shantan, particularly in the second half of this tournament, it continues. Yeah, and we do see now KDB getting involved over here. We see that it is Kante on the ball. Will V Sharma look for that long ball in behind? Genuinely doesn't seem to want to play long balls or take long shots, V Sharma. And now, again, could potentially have had that opportunity to get the ball in with Eusebio this time. And now with Mbappe, and a little needed to be a little bit more intricate than that, just trying to put a ball through a place where three defenders were. Now we see that it is Mbappe on the ball, and of course Shantan in the ascendancy, and now the nerves will be creeping in for V Sharma, of course, because he's got to
ओह
keep
माइक ऑफ हो गया था क्या?
attacking, and he's going to keep seeing Shantan coming back. It's about finding that balance. How much do you keep attacking? How much bravery do you show over here? He wins that ball back, gets on that attack immediately, and what's he going to do? No long ball plans for V Sharma. He gets KDB involved, and he has a way that he wants to play, a purist, shall we say, of the game, and that's exactly how he's going to keep approaching it this time with R9. Now to Eusebio, and passing very nicely, very intricately, and again, this time it might fall for him with Eusebio. Will he take the shot? He gets away from one defender. Now with KDB, goes for that chop back, threatening to take the shot. Now R9, will he go for goal over here? Has the cutback available if he can find it to Mbappe, and it is in. 3-2 for V Sharma and FC Goa right there.
Oh, look at him go. V Sharma, he has no intentions of walking away with any sort of draw whatsoever, does not want to push it to extra time. The man has done it. The right amount of hydration is all that's needed, because he is absolutely pumped up. Sheer quality of that goal, that last moment volley, and then just cutting it in to the back of the nets. You've got to give it to this man, just finding that little bit of a gap over there and taking the chance when it was much needed. Clearly showing that he is Bengal. Haven't really woken up the right side of
मैं
their
मेरे को
beds,
कहना पड़ेगा,
and
मैं वॉच
FC
पार्टी नहीं
Goa,
कर रहा.
getting every bit of that revenge that they can get. V Sharma, it was
जब
a
वॉच पार्टी करता हूँ
6-0
मेरी टीम हार
defeat
जाती है.
to Ankit Gupta. It was a 3-2 defeat against Shayantan, but today he seems to have done it. Or maybe I'm just stepping on the gun really quickly, because we still do have 8 minutes left to go.
Yeah, now it's going to be all guns blazing for Shantan over here. But will V Sharma be able to finish this off? Of course, it's 4v4 over here. Will V Sharma show the bravery to go for that goal? I think he's just see that ball out of his formation. He's made for possession, but not if you give that ball away. I mean, I would have just taken a foul over there and just got my defense back on track. But
नहीं, ओ हो सकता है. जल्दी नीचे गुलित को दे.
It's not the referee plays the advantage on, and it's getting nervy over here for V Sharma. It's really last-ditch stuff with Hull. Tries to go around the keeper, Donnarumma. It's Van der Sar, in fact, who does the job over there. And now it's the kitchen sink being thrown. 9 players in attack. And the finish shot pulled out of the corner. Van der Sar, you beauty. FC Goa survived.
Oh my goodness, this is just getting so much more intense, Talented, putting everything that he could really put out nowhere. He's doing it all. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if he gets his
1 minute मिला. This is the last attack they can make. Last attack.
One attack that will only matter with Mbappe. All V Sharma needs to do is make that right interception up and it's down to the next corner.
गया
Let's see what
ये
can
एक
SC's
बार पैर
Bengal
से
make
छिनी और
out of
गया
this. With Kante passing on towards Marquinhos, not the best man you would want
गया
to have in this particular situation.
Yep.
Marquinhos from V Sharma getting the job done, and this is it, ladies and gentlemen. FC Goa courtesy to those final minutes, a winner from V Sharma. This was such a close encounter, and well, they have done it. First team to make it to the upper bracket finals, and here they are. Can we have some cars in the chat, please?
Oh yes, they've done it and proven again that they are the team for the big game. They are the clutch kings. When the chips are down, FC Goa, that's when they come to town, and they have pulled it out. Afnan with that extra time winner against Ankit Gupta, and in the 85th minute, V Sharma getting that goal, making the pressure count, and then seeing off
साला
that
सारा ही मैच हारा है ये
absolute
लोग जब जब इन लोगों
onslaught
को
at
देखा
the end from Shan. I think both FC Goa boys have their keepers to thank for getting them those results, but they'll take it. I think richly deserved for both.
Oh yeah, I think at this point, hats off to the way they've been playing, especially Afnan being one of those players who has emerged, going up against Ankit, getting that win is never so easy, and he's one of the few who has done that. He's defeated him, but this matchup between V Sharma and Beno 7, you've got to feel bad for Panther also at a certain point, right? He put everything that he could do on the line, but down. What do you think really was missing from Shantans today? Why do you think could he not close it out?
I just think V Sharma made it really difficult for him to try and play his game. I think for both of the SC's Bengal boys throughout the season, I think, and I did mention this yesterday as well, that throughout the season, I think since they've been that top team, a lot of other opponents have shown them a lot of respect. They've shown them maybe too much respect at times. But FC Goa came into this game wanting to play on that front foot, wanting to take control and take charge, and keeping SC's Bengal.
बधिर कौन सी टीम के एम्बेसडर है बधिर बधिर किसी टीम के एम्बेसडर नहीं है
chances. I think only 2 chances for Shantan in that game, coming from a few slip-ups in midfield but of course then finally had the opportunities late on as well. You could see this one, and of course that winning goal on the 80th minute mark over there for V Sharma. The composure over there to just volley that across. I wonder if it took a slight deflection on the way as well, and that huge moment.
Now that is exactly what they needed. Right? Clearly see,
प्रॉप नाइट का क्या प्लान है प्रॉप नाइट के लिए यार ये सीन है कि वो मॉडल तो है नहीं प्रॉप नाइट कैसे होगा मजा नहीं आता फिर
The possession being so dominated by Afnan, but in this one,
चैट का रिप्लाई नहीं करते और किससे ही बात कर रहा हूँ यार
making sure that he could do whatever it takes to get the job done, but maybe it was not enough. Look at the passes, just the extra passes for FC Goa. That's it. Even in terms of expected goals.
मांबा भाई गॉडल एकेडमी को 1v3 करा उसका क्लिप डाला मेहनत कर रहा हूँ ऐसे फट से नहीं हो जाता यार इधर यू आर वेरी लकी और या फिर मेहनत की वजह से होता है
Absolutely, and only one save made by the keeper in the entire game across both keepers, and that was that one which was just pulled out of the top corner by Van der Sar in pretty much the last minute of the game. But yeah, there you have it. It is well, we know for sure that FC Goa are going to make it now to the upper bracket finals. Who they'll be facing over there, of course, still remains to be seen, and also that gives FC Goa that a second or potentially even third chance. If they lose that game, they have that opportunity to get back in. But there is an opportunity for all of you guys who are interested in the world of NFL to check out Terra Virtua, which is of course
रात का क्या सीन है आज थोड़ा लेट हो गया आज लोको करेंगे शायद
the ISL moments, mascots, trading cards, all that kind of fun stuff. So check it all out right now.
All right. I mean, it's been such a long journey, right, for the boys, both for FC Goa and SC Bengal. 4 months, and Now it's all come down to this. Clearly, SC East Bengal being potted down to the lower bracket finals. But
Okay,
before we
Harmesh,
do have the
see
full
ya.
game started, we do have a special video being made showcasing SC East Bengal's journey in the eISL.
See you some other time, bro. कैमरा तो नहीं हिल गया
का एक्सपीरियंस यहाँ पे काफी इंटरेस्टिंग रहा है आई नो शुभम एंड
क्या कर रहे हो एक बार बोल दो
गेटिंग टू नो अदर प्लेयर्स
अरे
एज वेल
ग्रुप में एक बात चल रही थी वो कर रहा था इट वाज नेसेसरी
ये काफ़ी अच्छा गया है क्योंकि लाइक मैं जब पहले आया था तो किसी को जानता नहीं था नाउ आई नो मोस्ट ऑफ देम वेल
My first match, like whatever match I have played, has always been high scoring game.
मेरा फर्स्ट गेम जो था अगेंस्ट केटी तो वो गेम काफ़ी अच्छा था फिर उसके बाद मेरा फॉर्म थोड़ा डाउन हो गया क्योंकि मैं काफ़ी सारे चेंजेस कर रहा था कैमरा को लेके गेम स्टाइल को लेके बट देन आई कम बैक टू द बेसिक्स देन आई स्टार्ट द मोमेंटम एंड वन फ्यू गेम्स
I have been knowing DK since a very long time. I have played against him like so many times, so I knew how his game plan is. So I knew how to counter it. He knew mine. I was pretty confident that I'll get it. So I did not expect to score 6.
रेगा को रेड करो उसको मेरे रेड की जरूरत पड़ गई क्या
I have to win this game anyhow. And the goal started flowing. I couldn't stop it. The one match I feel was versus Vansh.
Who's shouting in background? Viper होगा.
Start building up that lead, and it was such a fantastic start to the evening for them. But things start looking trembling down as one of their best players, or rather the best player, Vishal Mahi, struggling. But again, Ankit Gupta has taken him for a ride, and again nets one more. It's 6-0.
I was mentally focused in that game.
बधीर ऐसे बोलना था अरे क्या कर रहे हो
But for us it was like it's time to climb up. And to play against Vansh, I was pretty confident that I have played against him.
काफ़ी 1v1 खेलते हैं तो वहाँ पे हम लोग देखते हैं कि वो कहाँ पे गलती करता है अंकित देखता है कि मैं कहाँ पे गलती कर रहा हूँ तो उस हिसाब से हम लोग बोलते हैं इन जनरल सब मैं देखता हूँ और सब गेम को स्टडी करता हूँ कि नहीं इसके साथ ऐसा खेलना चाहिए इसके साथ लाइक थोड़ा वाइट खेलना चाहिए कि तो थोड़ा लाइक नैरो खेलना
आज के एस का इंस्टा क्लिप अपलोड करना कर तो सकते हैं लेकिन थोड़ा इको चल था उन लोगों का तो मैं इको में हीको हो गया था इको राउंड था उन लोगों का डाल देंगे क्या है
We'll try our best. I don't want to jinx anything, but this is what we are looking for.
जब पहले आया था तो इतना एक्सपेक्टेशन लेके नहीं आया था कि ना मेरे को इतना बड़ा इवेंट है तो खेलना है आगे जाके देखूंगा कि कैसा हो रहा है क्योंकि लाइक ये जो सिस्टम है ये जो फॉर्मेट है ये बहुत नया है तो उस हिसाब से मेरा कोई ऐसा कोई प्लान नहीं था तो अभी हम लोग टॉप पे हैं तो देखते हैं आगे क्या होता है आई थिंक
रेड रेंजर कहाँ है वो खेल नहीं है अपना वैलो टूर्नामेंट
आई वन 5-1 सो आई थिंक वो गेम मेरे लिए बहुत अच्छा है क्योंकि मैं जो कर रहा था वो हर कुछ चीज़ हो रहा था गेम में सो एंड वी वन 3 पॉइंट्स सो इट्स
मैं बताया था कि मैं वंश के अगेंस्ट मैच काफ़ी बेस्ट मैच था मेरा बट मेरे लिए मेमोरेबल मैच था जमशेदपुर के अगेंस्ट आकाश आश्रम 2-0 डाउन था वहाँ से मैं 19 मार के कम बैक किया था हर पर्सनली ऐसे मेरे डैड का फ़ोन आया था बोला कि व्हाट अ गेम आई प्राउड ऑफ यू करके तो वो काफ़ी एकदम इमोशनल फीलिंग हो गया था एंड आई वाज रियली हैप्पी कि मेरे डैड देख रहे थे और ये तो ये एक हिसाब से मेरे लिए काफ़ी मेमोरेबल हो गया ये आई थिंक ये टूर्नामेंट में नए लोग की आइडियाज़ देखे जा रहे हैं नए लोग के बॉन्डिंग्स देखे जा रहे हैं ये काफ़ी लाइफ टाइम तक रहने वाला है ये मेमोरीज हम लोग हमेशा चेरिश करेंगे कि अरे 4 महीना बबल में थे हम लोग इट्स अ बिग थिंग टू डू इट एंड ये सब यादें काफ़ी याद आएगी आप बोल सकते हो इस चीज़ को लेके
लोगों को कितने बजे होगा देखते हैं अभी कुछ डिसाइडेड नहीं है
So much to take away from this entire journey, right? So many matches, but clearly, as you could
Thank you,
see,
Manya.
we could see those glimpses of those past matches. But today was an entirely different affair, Azim. Today was an entirely different SC Bengal. We were playing. It felt as if we were seeing a new nervy SCS Bengal. First time under pressure, and it kind of caught on to them, and from here onwards being pushed back to the lower brackets. Now this is for all the new viewers out there, right? Only one more chance remains. SC Bengal is still not out of contention, but now they cannot afford to lose even a single game, because now they've been pushed to the lower brackets. It's all about survival for them, but not for these guys, so because they've made it to the upper bracket finals, and we know they've been one of the best teams in the co-op games, but have been defeated in the past by SC Bengal in their co-op. So another thing to really fight for SC Bengal is Ankit Gupta trying to score those
ये
goals
स्पैम
to
करोगा,
increase
कौन
his
से वाले
victory
स्पैम
tally,
को?
because his game was completely
क्या
goalless. So
कर रहे
this sort of gives a
हो?
very good room and opportunity for both Naveen and
सर
Siraj
मजा नहीं आ रहा,
to really
नाचूं?
catch up to him.
Yeah, and of course the
सब खैरियत है
unfortunate
ना,
part
सब बढ़िया
for
है?
Ankit
ये
Gupta
फीफा
is
देखने
that
में लोगों को
goals
मजा
scored
नहीं
in
आ रहा होगा,
co-op
लेकिन
matches do
मेरे
not
को
count
करना
in
है,
the MVP stakes.
क्योंकि
So it has to be in your individual game, which of course he failed to do today.
समझ रहे हो?
And yeah, we're going to be
ये
still
समझ रहे
playing
हो?
game 3. It's a bit of a dead rubber right now. We could say it's being played a little bit for fun. I'm not sure it's going to be too much fun for SC's Bengal, who will still be sort of wallowing in that defeat over there. But for FC Goa, they got the job done. Usually they've had to rely on that co-op.
Among Us में यार मेरे को Among Us से 10 times ज़्यादा मजा prop में आता है, prop night में.
Would still have gone to co-op because of course it was a tie between Ankit Gupta and Afnan, as it was at mark, and that would of course have counted as a draw. And FC Goa need to not lose to get the 3 points. But, now they can relax, they can chill out, they can make some Saturday night plans, of course, because their next match will be on the 19th next weekend, of course, coinciding with all that, a big weekend for everything that's happening in the Hero ISL and the eISL. So of course, mark your calendars for that. A great weekend for sports for everyone. A lot of big matches in the eISL, the Hero ISL, across all different sporting leagues and sports. So a massive weekend coming up. But now focus is on the two players, and you can see the difference. A lot of looking very calm and chilled out on the FC Goa bench, and heads slightly dropping. For
आज का स्कोर क्या है? चैट वर्सेस मांबा वाला. मांबा तो ऊपर ही है भाई.
I think it all comes down. It all is turning true. All their fears, but yeah, at the same time, this little slump for SC Bengal at this point, because they've been, yesterday also they lost to Kerala Blasters FC in what was an absolutely bizarre
Mortal
match. So
unbeatable
many
नहीं
goals
नहीं.
were being scored from both these sides, but still a loss is a
मांबा
loss,
कैमरा
right?
फोकस
And
छोड़
we
रहा है तो
certainly started
आउट ऑफ
playing
फोकस
maybe kind of
फुटेज
loosened
ही
up the
देखो.
edge,
ले
because look
भाई लग
at
गया.
FC Goa go. They found that
बच
perfect
गया
break,
भाई.
but getting the keeper ahead, Bandasa making that lunge over there, making sure he's got the ball safe and sound, as now FC Goa have managed to steal it back.
Yeah, it clearly looks like, oh my goodness, went for the shot when he actually could have gone for the pass over there, but SC's Bengal, yeah, it doesn't.
Nightbot बोल रहा है ग्रीन हार्ट स्पैम करो. हाँ तो थोड़ा थोड़ा करो, 2-2 3-3. ये रेल लगा दिए 10-10 की, वो मत करो, 3 करो, अच्छा प्यारा डिसेंट लगता है.
Complete whitewash over here. It doesn't look like FC Goa really mean business, and of course they'll be taking this seriously because it's good practice for co-op in that land environment. Would be fun if we get to see a few goals, potentially get to see extra time.
Oh bhai,
penalty shootouts,
please.
but then those long balls played in behind, and then the chip
क्यों
off the
करना था यार
crossbar. You know
fancy?
what? When it's not your day, it's just not your day.
Yeah, I think like we said, right, Lady Luck is not in the favor today.
टायरॉन वो कल होगा शायद.
They need to just forget this night, whatever has happened the entire day. The boys clearly understanding, these sort of shots. Ideally, Ankit Gupta or even Beno 7, they do not miss it on any normal occasion, right? So they haven't done that in the past. Most of the time it used to go in. We used to see a lot of baffling goals, but today things are not working out the way they want to. Well, went into that little bit of a lobbed
मॉडल घोष बनता है तब. नहीं एक बार तो हारा है, मुझे याद आ रहा है.
collecting it safely.
कल एग्जाम है बोर्ड हाँ भाई
As
मुदित
FC
पढ़ाई करो
Goa
फिर तो
are back on their attack, trying to build up possession for a
देखो
very
जल्दी
long time.
जल्दी में
But what we can see is, SC's Bengal, they've got a bit of a change over there, playing Puskas, a player that we haven't really seen quite often, being one of those meta picks.
Yeah, and we do see a Cruyff in there for FC Goa as well. I think Cruyff has been a player that has been favored quite a bit by V Sharma even after those title update meta changes with all the team of the year cards being available. We did see Puskas appearing briefly yesterday, and oh my goodness, going for that shot.
आप फीफा खेलते हो कभी
Straight
कभी
away,
खेलता
long
हूँ
range shot going for power rather than finesse over there, but the keeper quite easily able to handle that. Now we can see the defense around, just slowing the pace down a little bit. FC Goa, no real urgency for them. They did start the game looking very attacking and aggressive, but now they'll just be looking to consolidate and, as I said, treat this as a dress rehearsal for that upper bracket final where, well, I don't think it's going to be quite as straightforward as it was today.
Oh yeah,
ओ
the next
भाई
matchup is going to be an absolute
ओ
clacker.
भाई
But
गोल
for
खा
now,
गए
this
क्या
could be a really good chance for FC Goa with Ronaldo.
बढ़िया
Has to take that shot. No, just barely missing it out as SC's Bengal. Now they're on a counter attack of their own with Puskas. They need more men, and now slowly having the numbers coming up. SC's Bengal pacing in
नीचे दे
through that right wing a little bit. Hullet to Maradona, really a lot of
मैराडोना
gifted
खेल रहा है
players being
ओ
bought
भाई
off by SC Bengal. Maradona again, one of those player cards that we had seen in the initial few days of the eISL, and then later on a few players just used it, as a substitute coming in. But FC Goa with Kante passing on towards Hullet, gives it back towards Kante. They have to figure some way out
वाह
to get the job done,
शून्य
and they're doing
शून्य
exactly what
बढ़िया
they were doing in their individual games, right? Trying to keep those possession up,
नीचे दो और नीचे दो
making those right passes all the time, trying to
नहीं भाई
filter out
छिनेगी
SC
भाई मुझे
Bengal.
यहाँ
This
से
would have
दिख रहा
been
है
a
छिन
really good
जाएगी तुम
break
पास कर रहे हो
for SC Bengal, but no, not happening.
Yeah, SC's Bengal seem to be just a
एक और
little
बार
bit out of
नीचे
ideas today, particularly
तो
Ankit
फंस
Gupta.
गया
I mean, for a player who's been one of the most, shall we say, innovative players in the last eISL, I mean, the entire league stages that we've seen, surprising lack of ideas available for him. But here's an idea for you on the 15th of March, 7:30 p.m. Of course, tomorrow, the second leg of the Hero ISL finals over there to be played between Kerala Blasters and Jamshedpur FC. Kerala Blasters holding that slender
बताओ भव्य अभी
one-goal lead against the winners of that Hero ISL.
अरे
And the
ओ
cross
भाई
comes in this time, but dealt with. You have to wonder if it was CR7 in there,
Yeah,
would that been a different outcome?
yeah, that certainly could have
मेरा
been,
कोई
right?
ओपिनियन नहीं है
That
मुदित
certainly could have done the job. We've
मुझे
seen Cruyff is gone
बेकार
a
बातों में
little bit more
ओपिनियन देने
pace
का
over there,
बिल्कुल
gets
दिल
in,
नहीं है
has got really good finishing
आई एम वेरी हैप्पी
traits, but this time I'm liking it. I'm liking what FC Goa are putting on the table.
चीज़ें
A
क्यों
lot
ये
of
न्यूज़
relaxed
बनाती मेरे को
pace,
नहीं पता
modifications being made. They're not putting the same old tactics to get in from the centers, but rather
लोगों की
also
मर्जी वो
using
फॉलो कर रहे हैं
the
अनफॉलो
wings
कर
over
रहे
there.
हैं
So
उसके
really,
बारे में न्यूज़
commends
क्या
to them.
बनाना खैर
But
चलो
for
जो भी
now,
है फिर भी अगर न्यूज़
for
बन रहा है
FC Goa,
तो मेरे
I
को
must
कोई
still say,
वो नहीं देना इस
they've
बारे
been
में
the better
टिप्पणी
team even in the first half, but not
फेवरेट
really
टीम इन
reflected
प्रीमियर
in
लीग
terms of the goals that are being
मैनचेस्टर
scored. Now, for the viewers out there, of course, this match is sort of done and dusted. No matter whatever the outcome is, the result still stands true. It's FC Goa that have managed to beat SC Bengal fair and square. As the next encounter, that is going to be really spicy. Chennai and FC going up against
ओ भाई
Mumbai City FC. Now, talk about a matchup, but here we could have actually seen a chance being created for FC Goa, still in contention though, finally thwarted off.
चलो भाई
Again, that unwillingness to take the
नहीं
long
नहीं
shot
नहीं
has been
नहीं नहीं
very
नहीं
evident
नहीं
for FC Goa.
डर ही लगता है नीचे दे दे
Particularly given the fact that SC's
दे
Bengal
दे
have been extremely active
दे
and
दे
almost dominating opponents, or maybe they're just absolutely
बस बस
completely
बस
confident that
बस
when V Sharma is on the
बहुत
ball,
बढ़िया
that shot
शॉट
is
है
just not going to be
शॉट
possible.
क्यों नहीं दिया
Now Zidane on the ball over
ए
there
बाबा
could have done maybe a little bit better, but now FC Goa won't have the opportunity to counter attack. Still
आज
nil-nil
स्ट्रीम
with
होगी
half
रात को
time.
लोको पे
And of course, a bit of a dead rubber game. This we do know that FC Goa have managed to win this by virtue of winning their two individual games. But now it's just a matter of pride for SC's Bengal and just hoping to keep that momentum their way over here. I think this was like an easy opportunity to just slide it across to Cruyff for a finish. And over there. I think a little bit of a laugh exchange, saying, "Okay, you know what? Since we're through today, I'll forgive you for wanting to go for goal, but wanting to chase that hero of the match award of none over there." But well, there you go. It didn't quite work out for him.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, really, because the way they've been playing FC Goa, it's all okay, right? Even if they lose this matchup, see, does not really change any outcome, does not change anything at all. For SC East
स्टोरी
Bengal,
गेम्स यार
both these teams, in fact,
देखो क्या
FC
होता
Goa
है.
just making sure that they get some
तुम कोई नई चीज होती
practice
है तुम लोग खुद ही देख लो,
ahead
लोग
in
पसंद
the
करते
upper
हैं नहीं
bracket
करते
finals.
हैं.
You never know. The co-op game then could be the decider, but
वही
we
बात
do
है
have
भाई,
some
फीफा भी
players
तो
to
एक गेम है ना.
scores. We do have
लेकिन लोगों को
Ronaldinho
पसंद नहीं आ रहा है
for
वॉचिंग, देख
them,
लो तुम.
so
मैं
it'll
फीफा
be
की
really
वॉच पार्टी कर
interesting
रहा
as
हूँ.
to what they're
द
gonna
सेम वे
do
लोगों को
in
स्टोरी मोड भी पसंद नहीं आता
Of course, Ronaldinho does give you a very, very good
देखना.
dribbling
लेकिन वैसे मैं
ability
वॉचिंग के लिए नहीं करता
there,
काम सारा.
and quite a
लेकिन
physical player also.
स्टोरी गेम्स
And will be
का ये
interesting
सीन
to
रहता है
see
कि
how
फिर अगर आप स्टोरी गेम चालू कर रहे हो तो आपको वो खेलते रहना पड़ता है अनटिल अनलेस
of course
आप
was I would
क्या
say
कहते हैं उस स्टोरी को
not even
कंप्लीट ना
a
कर लो.
fan. I think a
ऐसा
fan
नहीं कर
who would
सकते आप कि
entirely
आपने
opt
आज
for
एक दिन
propaganda
स्टोरी मोड गेम खेल
for
लिया,
for
एक दो दिन आपने
Ronaldinho.
कोई और स्ट्रीम कर ली, फिर आप
Not
चौथे दिन वापस
refusing
स्टोरी
to
गेम पे
start
लौट
any
रहे हो.
game without
लग गए.
affectionately known Dino.
आ जाओ आ जाओ आ
There
जाओ.
we go. What's it going to
बढ़िया.
be? Is it going to be
Oh,
Dino striking? No, it's going to be a corner. And well, FC Goa have the opportunity here. Will we see? Well, Van der Sar is out of goal, but not out enough to think about going for that direct shot. And it's going to be a near post cross in, and a little bit too much whip on that ball. And of course, the player movement was a little bit too early. And now on that counter attack, it's really been counter attack only for SC's Bengal today. It just feels like they've been very, very nervy, very
लोगों पे
tentative.
क्या खेलोगे?
Bengal
बीजीएमआई
has
खेल सकते
gotten
हैं
them
अगर
just a
कृतिका
little bit, but
स्ट्रीम
given the
करेगी.
double
ओ भाई ये
elimination format,
इंजर हो गया
the
एम्बापे.
nature of it is that it allows you
गोवा
the
वाला
buffer of that one game
एफसी
to just
गोवा.
take those nerves
अच्छा
and
तो
just
अगर
sort of
बदीर खेलेगी
prepare
बीजीएमआई तो हम
for that
बीजीएमआई लोगों पे
campaign
खेल लेंगे, वरना
against
देखते
all
हैं क्या
odds
करते
to
हैं.
potentially get yourself back into that final.
I mean, at this point,
क्या पॉइंट
uh,
है भाई ऐसे पास करने में.
I really want to see someone score a goal for Christ's sake because it's been such a close affair. Makes me feel as if this match really counts. But at this
ईस्ट
point,
बंगाल विल लूज
I think
जस्ट
FC
प्रेडिक्शन.
Goa are playing pretty chilled.
आई होप तुम्हारा प्रेडिक्शन
They're
गलत हो
making
जाए.
those Ronaldo plays coming out. At a certain point, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be going for those dribbles. Everything that they can do. This is what I was talking about. They're gonna try to create a few for the highlight reels, but we're gonna see more of that. But this is where SC's Bengal need to understand that FC Goa, they're not playing at the natural element. They're just here to have a little bit of fun. So this is where they could actually try to get serious and score, right? And this could be a
रोनाल्डीनियो.
possible good break. Goes for that chip shot, but Pandas are so well prepared. Did not even break a sweat.
Yeah, you can
आज
see
क्या
over
हुआ
there
भाई
the
वॉचिंग को?
playback there,
टेंशन नहीं है
the
वॉचिंग की.
comeback using Hullet was
अभी
actually very, very
बीजीएमआई
good.
स्ट्रीम कर दूंगा,
Those long
चिल कर
range
लूंगा.
shots as well. We do
18-20
see that
हज़ार
one
लोगों का
from Shayantan just pulled
फौरन
out
से जुगाड़ हो
at the
जाएगा.
last moment by the keeper.
फीफा लोगों को इंटरेस्ट नहीं कर रहा होगा. नहीं है
Would
यहाँ
make
पे,
you wonder,
सिंपल
do
सा
they
बात है.
have access to that further upgraded price
फीफा इज
pool
फन
in
टू वॉच,
Van der Sar? Is
फन
that
टू
the
प्ले,
reason why
बोरिंग टू
that
वॉच.
shot got pulled
हाँ
out?
ये भी कह सकते हो.
And now getting into the box, still the ball will remain with FC Goa. They'll want to try to wrap this up within the 90 minutes, I'm sure. Or maybe they just
चल
want
भाग.
to give us a penalty
भाग.
shot just for fun to see how long
बहुत
they can
बढ़िया.
keep going. But good touch over there.
ऊपर दे.
Get away from the defender.
बढ़िया गोल है.
Feeds it into R9. Shot is good
बढ़िया.
this time. And SC's Bengal have it back.
कल की वॉचिंग मस्त थी. 12K थी. तुमने लेट देखा होगा.
And the job
हाईएस्ट
done, and,
18,700 कुछ गई थी.
This is the new Ronaldo. It is the new R9 because it's got the 2002 haircut, shall we say? So yeah, potentially those added stats that have been added to these Prime Moments icons. Yeah, it is the 97 rated Ronaldo. So clearly, does look like all the accounts have been updated with those new icons, and that also explains just how good that Van der Sar card is, and he's going to be at his best to try and keep that.
ओ भाई 2-0.
It's a beautiful chipped goal. and
देखा नहीं
where
मैंने.
was This SC East Bengal. Those first two matches. Beautiful. He's going to be hard to explain. Just how good that Van der Sar card is, and he's going to be.
ओ भाई.
These are the kind of plays that their opponents really fear.
Thanks,
This is
Yash.
what they've been known for.
Thanks
And,
for the love.
When this is something that even Lokmanu clearly pointed out, right? They're known for their unorthodox plays, especially Ankit Gupta. And in fact, he was so conscious today, right? He felt that he had to make
ऊपर
all
दे.
the right passes, get in, and try and score. But had he just relied on his pure instincts, gone for those crazy little shots that he goes for, could have been a different story altogether. But now this is again a beautiful chance created for FC Goa. Shot being taken, a little bit of a scuffle there, but it's fine. Threat has been dealt with as SC Bengal. They were looking to get on attack, but Cancelo coming a little bit ahead. And there you can see all those sliding tackles being
Whom
made.
you are
A
supporting? I'm
lot
the
of
brand ambassador
mucus
of
being caused, and
SCEB.
somehow SC Bengal have managed to
SC
win the
East
ball.
Bengal.
Yeah, for a moment,
So
for the last 30
I'll be
seconds, it
supporting
looked like
that
we
team
were
only.
watching a
Oh bhai.
Division 10 Division Rivals match over there, just all over the place. And it could be 3-0.
Bye.
It is that third goal for SC Bengal, so they can take the
खत्म है
bragging
भाई,
rights away from this. I
खत्म
think FC Goa have just
खत्म.
switched off a little bit, particularly in the second half, and I think they were just at one point they were just like, you know what, we don't want to play extra time. It's a Saturday night. We want to go out and try to have some fun. And it does look like it's going to work over there. And that chipped goal from Pele over there also showing you the benefits of that new upgraded 99 rated Pele card over there. What I would give to have my hands on one of those for my own ultimate team. And a fitting day for them to get these cards available to them, given that it is the birthday technically of the FUT, the FIFA Ultimate Team mode within the game, which is the mode in which the eISL is of course played. So yeah, good day for FC Goa. I would have to say not the best game over here, but I think mentally they were already in that upper berth final before this game kicked off.
Yeah, I think this is not gonna affect them a lot. I think they're still keeping some of their co-op tricks up their sleeves, something for the upper bracket finals maybe. I think that's where they're gonna need it. But if they can manage to see things through just with their individual games, then I'm not gonna be complaining, right? Maybe might as well throw all your co-ops. So that's completely okay. But this is
अब
where
कुछ नहीं
FC
है
Goa
भाई,
saw a little bit of
3-0
a
पड़ गया भाई,
tension
अब
getting
क्या.
back. At least a 3-1 scoreline would look better for them. But it's fine. It's fine. Just for 5 more minutes remaining. FC Goa, they're really happy about how they've performed today. And yeah, it's on 19th where we're gonna see them next. But for the next matchup, I'm getting so hyped up. Mumbai City and Chennai and FC. Now these are the two clubs that you could say could be a really cagey affair. Initially, when we came into this matchup, we thought this could be something really easy for SC's Bengal, considering FC Goa was having a little bit of a lapse in form. But it was a completely different story, and even in the going into the next matchup, there are
Oh,
no clear favorites. It could be possibly anybody's game. It could be just coming down to the fact who's going to make the least number of mistakes, right? And how they're going to be capitalized. With that being said, we've already reached that full time
बढ़िया.
whistle marker. It's an 3-0 win for SC Bengal in the co-op game, but nothing really gets reflected, or it does not help them in any matter whatsoever, because earlier on those co-op games could have come really handy had any of those teams ended up in similar points. But here it's all about double elimination format. You either win or you go home. So of course FC Goa, they've crossed that first very important hurdle.
मैं याद
So
हूँ या
let's
भूल गया
see.
तेरा
Again, there
लाकी
could
सेना,
be a
भूल गए
point
हम,
where FC
बिल्कुल
Goa
भूल
and
गया
SC
तुम्हें.
Bengal maybe meet in the
याद ही
potential
नहीं आ रहा.
future if they kind of lose their matchup in upper bracket finals and then go on to play the lower bracket finals again against SC Bengal if SC Bengal manage to win their next matchup. So a lot of calculations, a lot of things being done, but clearly for the first matchup, the first fixture that we had, FC Goa being our victors.
Yep, getting the job done over there, playing that co-op game with a smile on their face, although a smile that would have slightly reduced having seen that 3-0 scoreline. Shall we say, didn't work out too well for them. A lot of opportunities for FC Goa to score, particularly in that first half, but not really able to take them. This one particularly, and but you could see that SC's Bengal played with that little bit more intensity in that second half, whereas FC Goa mentally had just potentially switched off. I think after the first goal was conceded, you
हाय
really need to be
मुस्तफा
playing in a intense frame of mind to go chasing a game when you're a goal down.
बढ़िया खेला यार
And
ये गेम
keep
चाहिए था ये
defending
लोग
that
पता
same
ना
focus
क्या ही
while
कर
you
रहे थे
can.
अब तक
And clearly that was not there for FC Goa, but of course it does not matter. At the end, you can see it didn't really matter to SC Bengal either getting those goals, no real reaction from them. And this chip finish, really nice goal. And well, one for the highlights reel, if nothing else.
Yeah, just another thing that really popped up in my mind. It's a guaranteed top three finish for the Gors, right? FC Goa ensuring this victory. No matter what happens, they have secured that third spot intact for them. So that's
देखो
something that they
पोजीशन
can
ईस्ट
take
बंगाल का
home along with some
36%। देखो
prize
पोजीशन में ही
money
हमेशा
guaranteed
दिक्कत रहता
for
है
them.
36
But yeah, the
64
stats here not really
लेकिन
mattering a lot
36 में
here.
ही बाजा फाड़ दे
Or in whichever way the course went, this entire game panned out to be, it was still FC Goa's games, right? In a little bit of a few couple of minutes, we're gonna have this confirmation right in front, where it's gonna be officially announced by our production. But regardless, I think it was a very good day in the office for FC
खतई
Goa.
मामबा पे वीडियो जल्दी आ रही है
They've done their homework really well, and
आज
one of the
स्ट्रीम
good
नहीं
reasons
करूंगा
was
तो मैं
is
वही
SC's
ओमेगल ही
Bengal
रिकॉर्ड करूंगा
being the
लेट्स
soft
सी
target,
लोगों पे
staying on the
करूंगा
top. A lot of
या
teams
ऑफलाइन
did do the
करूंगा विल
research,
सी
and they
अबाउट
finally
दैट
managed to penetrate through what they intended to do. And there you go, the final scorecard coming out, and clearly shows that FC Goa have managed to win this game with an overall match scoreline of 2-1.
Yep, there you go. And I think, of course, the scouting and seeing and finding SC's Bengal's weaknesses is definitely a part of it. And also, you have to admire the way both Afnan and V Sharma adapted their game to counter the things that SC's Bengal were doing, because it did look like SC's Bengal's tactics were just sort of to just go for that long ball in behind, and once bitten, twice shy. But you can see, of course, let's find out who the hero of the match is. I don't think there'll be any major surprises. Should be a guy with a little bit of long hair. There you go. It is V Sharma with the 3 goals, getting the job done.
देखा मैंने
Very big performance from him, and of course he finds himself now in those upper berth finals.
Oh yeah, and this is exactly the
Rahman
kind of
X
play
Gamer,
that from this play,
very
right?
healthy
At the right
advice to
all
you.
matters. He
If you
stepped
want to
up,
do anything on
clearly
YouTube,
shows
do
that,
it
he's
on
a
your
big
own
game player,
name.
right? When it
You
all
got
comes
the
down
views.
to him.
मेरे को
There
कोई
was a
परेशानी
certain
नहीं है
time,
उस
there was
व्यू
a
से
certain phase where V Sharma was not
may
getting
you
into
grow
those
more,
games, where
but
Afnan was the
मेरे
one
को
who
बस
was
ये
going
बताओ
on
अगर
the deck.
YouTube पे तुम्हारे
And
चैनल पे
today,
व्यूज आ भी गए
Afnan also did his
लोग
job
तुम्हें किस नाम
perfectly
से
fine. In
जानेंगे
fact, won the match, which would be on any other day really
तुम
possible.
ऐसा कुछ करो
But
जिसकी
still
वजह
managed
से
to
लोग
win it.
तुम्हें
It
जाने
was such a
तुम्हारी वजह
match,
से लोग
went
तुम्हें
till
देखें
that 115 minutes where he found that one opening that was all needed, and that was all there to seal it off.
हाँ क्यों नहीं देखूंगा अगर कोई गंदा सा अपलोड करके कोई कंट्रोवर्शियल अपलोड करके व्यूज लेगा तो मैं फिर उसको स्ट्राइक देता ना
Quite a few moments to choose
इस
from.
वजह
Could
से
have been Afnan's winner, but I think yes, we have gone with that winning goal for
पर ऐसा कुछ
V Sharma. And
कंट्रोवर्शियल
also
नहीं
we
था
admire the patience with
तो
which
ठीक है कोई
he
नहीं
built
लेट
up
इट
the
बी
player. He sort of did that little chop back with De Bruyne over there to pretend like he's going for the long range shot, and there patiently building up, beating his man, and then with the volley getting that job done. And huge moment over there.
पेपर खत्म हाँ ये
Really sitting out defensively
दिन तो
and
बन गया लेकिन
surviving the goal
रहमान एक्स
scored
गेमर मेरी
from,
बात पे ध्यान भी देना
over those last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
मेरी
I
उस बात
think
पे ध्यान भी देना
clearly
मेरे को
even Shant had nothing taken away from him. I think he was still in his very natural element. Every single time he was conceding a goal, he responded with one, but towards the end a little bit unlucky. But things could have been completely different. But let's take a look at the brackets as they have been finally updated over here, as FC Goa, like
पिक्चर से लग गई बात लग गई
to the upper bracket finale,
अच्छा हुआ
and they're going to be facing whoever is the winner of our second game that we have just few minutes after this. Chennai and FC going up against Mumbai City FC, of course.
कोई नहीं देख रहा माम भाई क्या चीज नहीं
Bengal
देख रहा
have been pushed down to that low bracket, and they're
मैं
going to be
मेरे
facing
कंटेंट डालूं हाँ ब्रो
anyone in an
तुम्हारी खुद की
elimination
पहचान
matchup
के लिए कुछ ऐसा
against
यूट्यूब पे आओ
whoever
ना
is the loser between the matchup between Chennai and FC and Mumbai
देखो
City FC.
जितने भी
So
यूट्यूबर्स को
that is
जानते
also
होगे
going to
तुम
be
वो
interesting, but
यूट्यूब
everything
पे
aside,
अपनी
we
वजह
do
से है
have our
कोई
own
बड़े से बड़ा
David Beckham
छोटे से
waiting for
छोटा
us in
जितना भी तुम
the
जानते हो
studio.
यूट्यूबर्स को
Let's head in over to V Sharma And V Sharma, when it all mattered, you did come through. Tell us something about all your preparations that you had to do to go up and beat SC Specor.
Like we were looking forward for this matchup. It was the day one of playoffs, and as we have been beaten twice by SCS Bengal, we were a little bit scared, but we were pretty confident. We did our research, and as you saw, Afnan played with Ankit, and I played with Shantan, and Afnan told me that he's pretty confident going against Ankit. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take on Shantan. So that was all the preparations we did.
Yeah, but of course, you guys, I think, had to rely on both your goalkeepers for a few last-ditch saves. Donnarumma with one over there, and Van der Sar. Was that the prime moments, Van der Sar, that pulled out the save?
No, it was the mid one. I prefer the mid one. He always saves for me.
Alright, fair enough.
But V Sharma, we can see all these new cards that are coming up, right? So technically, in even the co-op game, we weren't really seeing a lot coming out from you. Are you still having a few secret cards, a few secret tactics that is saving up for your upper bracket finals?
Yes, of course we are as I said in my last interview, we are still brushing off our co-op. We are still practicing, but today we didn't play to our top element. But of course we are pretty confident in our co-op game in the upper bracket.
Yeah, well, we'll be looking forward to watching whoever you face next. So, of course, it's between Chennai FC and Mumbai City FC. Mumbai City said that they wanted to play you guys in the finals. So, are you? Which one would you prefer out of those two?
Yes, of course, Mumbai.
What do you do when you are sad?
So, game on it is.
Just
And,
come to my cabin and just click on go live. Simple. सीधा go live पे दबाता हूँ.
Quite some time. So all the best for your next matchup, buddy.
Thank you so much.
So laid back. He's gonna do that for all the ladies out there.
तुम्हारे फिटनेस का हुआ है ये Fidelian. How are you?
But regardless, Azim, I mean, very calm, very composed. He was here to win. And I really like the fact that he stated it out. Afnan feeling confident against Ankit Gupta because he's done that in the past. He held him to a draw. I think that was their initial motive, right? Hold Ankit Gupta to a draw and then try to win the second matchup, or maybe go off against them in the co-op, right? To settle things down. But that was not necessary after all because Mr. Afnan did come through. He's done that for his team. FC Goa have
Love from Goa. Thank you, Sameer.
Game of our playoffs.
सुपर चैट नहीं भेज पा रहा हूँ, क्या दिक्कत आ रही है?
Supremely interesting and exciting moments.
वेगा को मारो तो बहुत पिटेगा.
Well, the first final, but of course, if you want your own hero ISL moments, which can be owned exclusively by you in NFT form, you can head over to Terra Virtual and check all of that stuff out.
क्या बोले?
Owned exclusively by you in NFT form, you can head over to Terra Virtual and check all of that stuff out.
चलो guys, tatam.
All right, that was some really interesting stuff out there. We'll be looking at, how that NFT of the player by Terra Virtue for the MVP would be, because it has been looking so great. But again, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with our first game of the evening, right? Before we head out, a huge shout out to all our sponsors, as the eISL is powered by Coca-Cola, our associate sponsors Hero, esports partners Nodwin Gaming, our platform partners PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners Terra Virtual, making this event happen. And well, game number 1 is finally done and dusted. If you're enjoying it, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe.
चलो ये तो खत्म हो गया guys. चलो. चलो गाइस, चला जाए. कुछ खाया पिया नहीं है मैंने. उठते आज बहुत लेट हुआ था. कल हम लोगों ने गेमिंग हाउस में बहुत चिल किया, पार्टी करी, पारी. और फिर उसके बाद हम लोग सोए सुबह 5-6 बजे करीब, और उठे हैं सब लोग 2-3 बजे करीब. और अब जो है फिर उसके बाद वो वैलोरेंट वाला वो था 5 बजे से, फिर 7 बजे से ये स्ट्रीम था, 7:30 बजे से. कुछ खाया पिया नहीं है, जाके खा लेते हैं हम, ठीक है? और देखते हैं कैसे क्या करना है. स्ट्रीम करनी है या व्लॉग डालना है, आई डोंट नो, लेट्स सी। ठीक है, चलो सी एवरीबॉडी, टेक केयर, और सी यू अगेन वेरी शॉर्टली। चलो बाय बाय, टेक केयर एवरीबॉडी, पीस आउट।